Hey guys, so today I'm here to do another cup review video with you. I did have my period, I want to say at the beginning of this month. I started on the 5th, so it's been a little bit since that period. And I've been kind of putting off doing this video. I usually get super excited about period videos. You guys know it's like the one thing that I look forward to about my periods for the last year has been doing these videos for you guys and with you guys. This is the first time where I really just dreaded doing these like finishing takes of this video just because I really did not like this cup. So they're saying something from the very beginning. I didn't want to drag this on too long, but I did review the Intimina Lily cup. Compact, whatever it's called, because a lot of you guys had asked. Like, this has been the most requested cup that I have ever gotten to review from all of you guys. Like, this has been the #1 cup. And the reason why it took me so long to review this cup, and I'll be completely honest, because that's what we do here, is because I didn't want to pay for it. I didn't see the need for this kind of cup, so I was just kind of like, I don't want to spend $40 of my own money. So I did reach out to the company a few times and asked them if they would send one for review, and they never responded to me. They were actually on a lot of the platforms that I work with to do like sponsored videos with, and they kept denying my proposals to them, which is fine. They didn't have to hire me for them, but all I wanted was just like a free cup, to be completely honest with you. I spent a ton of money on period products, so it was like I just did not want to spend $40 on a cup that I just knew in my heart, you know, wasn't gonna necessarily be my Goldilocks cup, especially because I'd already found the Scoon and the Lunette, which I definitely love. So the idea of the Intimina Lily Compact Cup is that it comes in this nice little, well, it doesn't come in this, it comes with this, but it comes with this nice little like compact, like literally it looks like a makeup compact that opens like this, and then inside is your cup. The cup collapses completely and it looks like this. I usually get the size 2 in all of my cups just because generally I tend to be, you know, the bigger versus the smaller. My cervix, however, does tend to change from month to month and throughout my periods. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low, which again, that has a lot to do with what size cup you need. You know, a lot of people I get a lot of comments from people who are like, no, you're completely wrong. The size of cup you need is based on where your cervix is, or how big your cervix is, or how small your vaginal canal is, or how small your vagina is, or how big your opening is. And I've gotten so many different people saying these things, and honestly, all I can tell you guys is, you know your body the best. Like, I've had so many people tell me that the cups that I'm using are wrong for me, even when I'm like, I love this cup, it feels really good, it works really well for me. I've still had people tell me like, you're using the wrong cup. And I'm like, how do you know? Like, are you the one feeling up there in my vagina, pulling it out, or using it every day? Like, no. You are the only person who's gonna know how a cup works for you, or if it fits, that kind of thing. I've had a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm a lot like you, I've had 3 kids, same size as you, that kind of thing. I'm super athletic like you, but I hate the Scoon. The Scoon just doesn't work. It's not for you. I actually like this one so much. This one was the most comfortable one I've ever used. Like, I love it. So I'm getting off track again, as I usually do, but all I want to say is when it comes to a fit of a cup, only you know what's gonna work. I feel like there's not a single person who can tell you what cup's gonna be perfect for you. I think people can suggest cups that might work for you. I think you can take other people's personal experiences and apply them to your own to kind of get an idea of what cup's best for you. But there are so many different factors in deciding what cup's gonna work for you, whether you're active, whether you're not active, whether you've had kids, whether you've not had kids, you know, whether your cervix hangs low or it sits up high. You know, there's so many different factors. So I can't tell you what cup's gonna be best for you. All I can tell you is what cups are best for me, and if you're similar to me, you know, maybe take that into consideration. And I can tell you kind of how they feel while inside of me, whether they're super firm, super soft, that kind of thing. And then you can think, okay, I need a firmer cup, or I need a softer cup, that's cups for me. Or I can tell you, you know, this part of it bothered me versus this part, that, you know, all of that. So I know I'm like totally getting off base, but I just want to talk about, you know, sizing, because I think a lot of people just, I don't know, are so confused about sizing, and even I was confused about sizing in the beginning, but now that I know what works for me, I still have people trying to confuse me and tell me that what I think is wrong for my own body, which I think is kind of crazy. So, like I said, I'm usually a size 2. I say usually because the Diva cup would probably be the only cup that I might be able to use a size 1 in, just because the difference between them is not huge, and the size 2 is like huge compared to the other size 2s of other cups I've used. I'm a size 2 very comfortably in the lunette and the scoon. They are perfect. They fit my body super well. These are my 2 favorite cups right now that I go between depending on how I'm feeling, what time of my period I'm at, where my cervix is hanging out that day. Like, these are the 2 that I go between. The Diva cup I don't use whatsoever anymore, yet I could still use. It's just not the most comfortable. Like I said though, it is the longest out of all 3 of my cups. And again, like I said though, even the lunette and the scoon though are still size 2s or still size Bs that I'm using. So I did get the size B of the Intimina because the size A is a smaller one, and I don't like this cup. I don't like it. It was not comfortable. You'll see in these coming clips, you'll see at the end. And size-wise, it's definitely shorter than the Diva cup, as you can see. It is definitely shorter than the lunette cup, as you can see, and is almost the same length as the scoon cup, as you can see. The difference, however, is that all of this down here is more narrow than every single cup. It's just like the way it's made, it's more narrow. So I was thinking by seeing this that it would be super comfortable and I wouldn't notice it, but there's something about this that still did not work for me. If you want to see clips of me trying this, there's very few of them and you'll see why. Please keep watching if you want to skip to the end because you don't want to see any of the real blood, because I do show you my real blood and my experience and, you know, clotting all over my fingers and all of that good stuff. Like I said, skip to the end. I'll leave that link underneath this video and I will check back in afterwards at that link to tell you kind of my final thoughts and why I did not like this cup. So I just got an MRI done and I had to take my period panties off because they have that weird like silver or something stitching or whatever, so we weren't sure if they were safe in the machine, but I just wanted to update that there was blood in my period panties. So I'm in the restroom at the appointment and I'm going to readjust my cup because also I'm having like terrible cramps ever since I put it in, so something doesn't feel right. I'm gonna readjust it and see if that helps because I have another doctor's appointment I have to go to right now before I can go home. Okay, so I just took it out and it is really messy around the rim. As you can see, there's a little bit of blood at the bottom. It's very clotty. I'm having the worst cramps, so I'm gonna try to readjust this and put it back in and hope I can last through my next doctor's appointment because I feel like crap and I think it's this cup that's making me feel like crap. Alright guys, so we're taking it way back, like circa 2011? When did I start YouTube? But anyways, when I was using my computer camera to film because I lost all of the footage that I took on my iPhone, all of the footage that I took on my regular vlogging camera. I lost all of that footage of my updates throughout the day when I was using the cup. So I'm realizing this now while I'm editing it versus before when I did my filming of the intro and outro. So I need to kind of explain what happened because you're not going to understand the outro if I don't. As you saw, I put the cup in the morning. I went to get my MRI done. I took it out because I saw that there was blood in the period panties that I was wearing, which I had to take off for the MRI. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to leak all over the place, you know, that kind of thing. And also it was hurting me. I was in pain. So I took it out. There was blood all over the outside as you saw. So that's why it was leaking into my underwear. I put it back in and it was still causing me a lot of pain. So the MRI took about 30 minutes. I put some toilet paper, like I shoved toilet paper in between my jeans and my crotch because, or not my crotch, my vagina. My mom always tells me women don't have crotches. So I shoved toilet paper between there because since it was leaking into my period panties, I didn't want it leaking into my jeans. So I had to go commando in my jeans for the MRI. And sure enough, when I got done with the MRI, there was spotting in the toilet paper. Now, I feel like I know how to put a cup in pretty properly, and I know when one fits well, and the seal is good, because I've been doing this now for almost a year. I know my body really well. I know cups, like, I know what works and how to do it. I tried to readjust it again, even though I was in a lot of pain, as you saw in the second clip. I tried to readjust it again. I put my period panties on. I went to my next doctor's appointment, and throughout my whole entire doctor's appointment, I was in just excruciating, just cramping, pain in like my right hip area. It was very strange. So after the doctor's appointment, I just took the cup out. I folded it down, I put it in my bag, and then I just relied on my period panties. I had to go to Costco and a few other places that day, and it was also one of my best friend's birthdays that night. So
I really couldn't afford to just make myself feel like crap for the sake of doing this video, so I did take the cup out. That was probably the last update I did for that day. I did, however, try to use the cup the following day. I should mention that after I took the cup out, the pain eventually went away, but I was in bed for about an hour after I got home, just in excruciating pain. Went through the night. The next morning, I was still bleeding, so I put the cup back in because I wanted to give it a fair go, even though I was scared that it was going to hurt again. I did have a dull aching pain down there once I put the cup back in, but it was not excruciating. I still had spotting throughout the whole next day, however. It caught a lot of the blood, like it caught a decent amount of blood, but there was still spotting in my underwear where I've gone with the Scoon and the Lunette without any spotting whatsoever. I don't know. Yeah. So I did go the whole second day using it, and then after, since I did still have that dull ache, and I was still spotting, even though I know I placed it correctly, I just gave up on it at that point. So that's what you miss in those clips. If you miss seeing a lot of blood, you can always go back and watch my other period videos. There's plenty of blood in those. But I just wanted to tell you guys kind of what you missed in those, just so that you're up to date.
As you saw from those clips, the very few clips, I did not last very long using this cup. This cup was the most uncomfortable cup I've ever used in my life. I've never had such severe cramping as I did with this cup from the second I put it in. I'm not sure what it is about this. Like, I'm really not sure. It has the almost identical same opening as the Scoon, same with the Lunette. I don't know if it's just like the shape down here, or maybe because of how it narrows down, does that make it suction differently on my cervix? Who knows? But my cervix and my vagina, everything hated this cup. I tried so hard to use it the first day, and it just was so painful. I had so much pain. And then even the second day when I used it, when I wasn't bleeding very heavy, I still had a dull aching cramp down there, which I've never had with any of my other cups. It was almost like it induced an endo attack. Like, that's how painful I was the first day. It almost felt like it was inducing that pain for me in my right hip, everywhere. So again, I don't know what it is about this cup that made me so uncomfortable, or why it was so uncomfortable, but it was, and I didn't want to use it any longer because I didn't want to sacrifice my body and my comfort just for this review. I felt like after using it twice and still being uncomfortable with it, that was enough for me to be able to say, okay, I don't like this cup, especially because I have two others that I really, really enjoy. So for me, this is not the cup for me. I don't really see the point of this cup. Like, to be 100% completely honest, somebody like me who doesn't really care about people knowing when I'm on my period, and I'm not very embarrassed when it comes to like showing my cups or my tampons falling out of my bag. Like, I get all these companies who are like, hey, let's make periods more fancy and discreet. Like, let's package tampons in the way that nobody knows that they're tampons. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to empower women to kind of own their periods and feel good about their periods. But I think owning your period is just kind of saying like, listen, I'm on my period, here's my tampon. You know, not trying to hide it from people who should freaking understand that women bleed once a month. So I don't get this cup. Like, I get it. It's supposed to be like small and compact, and you're supposed to be able to hide it in your purse, and nobody's supposed to know it's a cup because it fits in here, and it's supposed to be super convenient because it's so small and all of those things. But I don't think that a regular sized cup is really that much of a size difference to me. Like, this does not take up any more space really than this in my purse. The only difference is that this could be mistaken for breath mints or something like that, whereas this is like, okay, it's a menstrual cup. So I think the only reason for making it this compact is to make it more discreet, and for somebody like me who really could care less what people think of me or know that I'm on my period, I don't really need that discreetness from my cup. So with that being said, I would not purchase this cup. It's not worth it to me because it was uncomfortable. I think it's really expensive for something that I think has a lot more of a chance to not work for you, because it is this kind of weird design. You know, there's a reason why the cup in itself for such a long time has just looked like a cup. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason, because this has been tested to work really well for women. This, on the other hand, like, it's just kind of like, why? If it's not broken, why try to fix it, kind of thing. So For me, the Intimina Lily Compact was a bust. It caused me a lot of pain to the point where I had to pull it out of me while out in public at my doctor's appointment to readjust it and then finally pull it out completely. It was not, I love cups because I feel like when I use them, I hardly think about being on my period. That's how comfortable they are. I don't have to worry about them. This made me think about my period the entire time I had it in me. I was in so much pain, or I had this dull ache, or it was just not sitting right the entire time. And for those of you who are like, maybe you didn't have it in the right way, it's been a year of me using cups now. I know how to put a cup in correctly. I felt that there was a seal, everything, like it was sealed, and it still was not working for me at all. It also didn't catch all the blood any of the times I used it, so I just don't think that this was the right fit for me. I think that it could work for somebody else? Sure, of course it can. There's a lot of reviews on Amazon who say that they love this cup. It's the only cup they use. They, you know, whatever. But for me, it did not work. And for me, spending $40 on a cup just because it's like, oh, you know, it's super compact and all of that just isn't ideal for me. Like I said, I say own your periods, make them yours, you know, let the world know, sure, I'm a woman or I'm a man and I have a period. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Save your money and maybe get a more affordable cup and not worry about these cute little things that kind of look like macarons. Like, you don't need to spend extra money just for this, in my opinion. Like this right here is, it's not worth it to me. I would rather stick with something that fits super comfortably. I am gonna do a review on more affordable cups for you. I'm looking forward to doing that. I know a lot of you guys have asked about that. I know $40 seems like a lot for a cup, and when I did the review on the Diva cup, I felt the same way. I thought, oh my gosh, this is so much money. But if you do your research and you find the right cup, $40 is totally worth spending that money. I don't know. I don't see the appeal of this at all, just because I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like the AWIO cup or whatever cup that was that had that little spout in it that I tried that you squeeze and then your blood comes out while it's still in you. Like all of those ones that kind of promise you like certain things and like new technology, I feel like they just don't work as well. That's my personal opinion, but I don't know. The most luck I've had has just been with the tried and true, you know, bell-shaped or cup-shaped cups. And so I'm just gonna stick to that, I think. I like these cups, so yeah, I've been kind of bummed. I was talking to my friend and she was like, you know, it kind of stinks. It's always the cups that you buy for yourself that have not worked, which it's true. The Diva cup I bought at Target, the very first review I ever did, even though that one worked for me, I never use it anymore because it's not very comfortable, you know, compared to the other two that I have. The AIWO cup, that one I paid for off Amazon, which was $40. That one just was like, you guys saw that video, that one did not work. And then now the Itsjustkelli. So I guess I don't know. It's always the ones that people ask for. You know what I mean? Like they're like, can we see this review? Please review this, and then it looks all different because it's unique, and then they're always a bust for me. I do want to still try out the, I think, FemiCycle cup. A lot of you guys have been asking about that one. It's supposed to be like a no spill type cup. It's kind of got a different shape to it. The only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about that cup with is that it's very short, and like I said, my cervix is always different, so I actually use 2 different cups throughout my period to kind of compensate for that. So I am a little bit concerned that it might be too short for me, but I'm going to try it. There's also the Maluna cup that I still have yet to try, and then also this Super Jenny cup that I Love Generation Me just sent me. She sent me the size 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure I'm probably the size 2. I'm going to compare it to the Scoon because this is like the perfect size for me. So whichever one is more similar to this fit, I will probably try for that video, and then I'll probably give the other one away. So yeah, let me know in your guys' opinion which one I should try next, the Super Jenny, the Maluna, or the FemiCycle. I'm hoping you guys don't say the FemiCycle because that means I have to order that one myself. But if that's what you guys want to see, I'm willing to do that. If you guys want to see, this is what I was going to actually talk about, which is kind of weird because I hate like asking for help from you guys. But you know, period products are expensive, and I am more than happy to review them for you. Like, I get really excited. I love that I am become like this outlet for periods for you guys. But as I said, it does get expensive to keep buying all these different products that you guys want to see. So if there's a certain product that you guys want me to test out, if you wanted to just like tweet the company or tag like my videos or something, I don't know, to get their attention. Maybe they'll be willing to work with me to do, you know, like an exchange of video for the product, that kind of thing. That would be great. I know a lot of you guys want to see me review the Mr. Kate, I think that's what they're called, leggings. They're so expensive, which I am totally down for if they work. You guys know I will spend whatever amount of money for quality products. But the fact of the matter is that I don't need those products in my life right now because I have products that work for me. So to buy something that expensive just for a video is just really hard for me to explain to my husband. So, especially because I'm doing one of these once a month. So if there's a company or product, like I said, tweet them, tag them, let me know, and maybe I can try to work with them to get a video out for you guys. There is my final thoughts on the Intimina Lily Compact. Like I said, all cups work differently for people. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, as always, make sure to give this a thumbs up. Comment below if you have an opinion of which cup I try next or which product I try next. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.